So I want you to picture this scene. The year is 2020. We're in the Governorate, which is a pretty rural part of northern Egypt.
Mm.
And we're inside a house where, there should be a celebration. A wedding is just 2 days away. But the air, it's not filled with joy.
No, it's just thick with this awful quiet tension. The family of the groom, a young man named Ahmed, just 22 years old, they're caught in this mounting icy dread.
Because Ahmad is gone. And this is where our story really begins. What was he supposed to be doing that day?
It was such a simple task. He left at 8 a.m. to drive into Cairo. All he had to do was pick up the wedding dress for his fiancée, Rehab.
Okay, a simple errand.
A very simple errand. But by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, his phone was off. No one could reach him.
And the first, really chilling clue comes when they finally call the dress shop in Cairo.
Exactly. The shop tells the family something that just turns their blood cold.
Yeah.
Ahmad never arrived. He just vanished. Somewhere on that road between his village and the capital.
So the trail goes cold almost from the very beginning.
Yeah. Instantly. For 4 agonizing days, his family, his friends, they search. Nothing. The police get involved, but what can they do?
Right.
In a rural area like this, there's almost no useful CCTV.
The evidence just wasn't there. It had evaporated.
It had. And all the while, you have this very powerful, very distracting scene playing out back in the village.
You mean the fiancé, Rehab?
Yes.
Mm.
Rehab is in a state of just complete collapse, weeping, surrounded by friends and family. Everyone is trying to comfort this poor, heartbroken bride-to-be whose life has just been shattered.
A perfect public performance of grief, it turns out.
It really was. Because on the 5th day, this entire case it fractures. It breaks wide open. And not because of forensics or police work.
But because someone just walks into the police station.
Someone walks right in. His name is Mahmoud. And he's Rehab's cousin. More than that, he was her former fiancé.
Her former fiancé. And he doesn't have a tip for them, does he?
No. He has a demand.
Yeah.
He walks in and tells the police he needs to confess to the murder of Ahmad.
Wow. So the police didn't break him. The guilt did. What was it that was forcing him to come forward? It wasn't fear of getting caught, was it?
Not by the law, no. It was something much stranger.
Yeah.
He told investigators he was being haunted.
Haunted?
Quite literally. Mahmoud claimed that Ahmad was appearing to him every single night.
In his dreams.
Nightmares. So vivid, he said, that they felt absolutely real. And in these nightmares, Ahmad kept demanding to know one thing. Why? Why was he killed?
So he wasn't physically broken by an interrogation. He was spiritually shattered.
Exactly. His conscience was it was relentless. It completely consumed him. And that detail right there, that's our first big clue that this isn't some hardened criminal. The victim himself is pointing the way.
We have to go back then. We have to understand the history here. What was the relationship between Mahmoud and Rehab before Ahmad was ever in the picture?
They were everything to each other. Cousins, childhood sweethearts.
Yeah.
Deeply in love.
So everyone expected them to marry.
Oh, absolutely. The whole family, the whole community. And Mahmoud was doing everything right. He was working around the clock, saving every single penny he could to make it happen.
So what on earth could have been powerful enough to blow that all up?
A family feud. A really, really bitter one. There was a huge dispute between Rehab's father and Mahmoud's mother.
And they were siblings.
They were siblings, yes. And in that kind of social context, family honor, these deep grudges, they can often completely override what individuals want.
So her father just forbade it.
Absolutely forbade it.
Yeah.
He demanded she cut all ties with Mahmoud, forget him completely. And that, right there, that was the moment that changed everything.
And suddenly the doors opened for a new suitor, for Ahmad.
Mm-hmm. The perfect alternative, right. He was educated, he was financially ready for marriage. But Rehab's behavior during their engagement, it tells you she never really let go.
She agreed to marry him, but it sounds like she started making things difficult.
That's putting it mildly. She started making these excessive financial demands. Things that were, just unheard of for a young bride in that area.
She was trying to price herself out of the wedding, trying to make him quit.
It seems like it, yeah. It was this passive-aggressive sabotage. But the problem was, Ahmad was completely in love with her. He saw her as the most beautiful girl in the village.
And he was willing to do
anything.
Yeah.
He met every single demand. He got them an apartment in the village, another one in Cairo. For 6 months, the engagement looked perfect from the outside, all because of his devotion.
And all this time, Mahmoud had basically disappeared. He was respecting the family's wishes.
He was? But the real danger, the thing that was happening in secret, was that Rehab was the one who reached out to him.
She initiated the contact.
Yes, over and over again during those 6 months. She kept telling him she still loved him, that she couldn't forget him, and that there was no way she could marry Ahmed.
And she wore him down.
She did. 3 days before the wedding, Mahmoud is just. He's at his breaking point. He's desperate. So he comes to her with a couple of last-ditch ideas.
And her responses to these ideas, they tell us everything, don't they? What was the first one?
First, he suggests elopement. Let's just run away, get married, and escape all of this.
But she says no.
Instantly. And the reason why is so important. She said she was unwilling to bring shame on her family in the village.
So her reputation, her family's honor, that was a higher priority for her than their love.
It was everything.
Yeah.
Which is a really powerful insight into what's driving her.
Okay, so what was his second idea? The more compassionate one.
He suggested just talking to Ahmed, man to man, explain their history, their love, and just hope that Ahmed would be a good guy and back away.
And she rejected that too.
Yep. She insisted Ahmed was too attached, too in love, that he would never, ever leave her.
So, eloping was too shameful. Honesty was too risky. The only option left in her mind was murder.
Precisely. And it was her idea. She's the one who proposed it. But she didn't just say kill him.
No, she gave him a plan.
A meticulous plan. She specified exactly how it had to be done to make sure the case would be ruled against an unknown assailant. That legal phrase, Kadia de Damashul, that was her goal.
To make him an anonymous victim of a random crime, so she could walk away clean with her reputation intact.
It wasn't a crime of passion. It was a cold logistical exercise in self-preservation.
The level of coldness it would take to plan that just 3 days before your wedding, it's just astonishing. Let's walk through how they actually did it.
Okay, so the preparation was methodical.
Yeah.
Mahmoud rents a car, and he gets a friend to help him. They find this remote spot under a bridge on the ring road, and they pre-dig a grave.
They dug the grave beforehand.
A large one, yes. The whole thing relied on catching Ahmed off guard, using that family connection as a weapon.
Right. The morning he's supposed to go get the dress, that 8:00 a.m. departure.
Mahmoud intercepts him right at the bus stop, the public transport stop. He pretends he's also heading to Cairo and, offers him a ride.
And of course, Ahmed accepts. Why wouldn't he? This is his fiancée's cousin.
It's a natural gesture, a perfect way into the trap. Once they're in the car, the plan moves to the next stage.
A drug.
Mm-hmm. Mahmoud offers Ahmed some juice, which has been laced with a really powerful sleeping agent, a narcotic of some kind.
And Ahmed drinks it.
He drinks it, and very quickly he's unconscious. Then they drive him straight to that pre-dug site under the bridge.
And the confession detailed the brutality of what happened next.
It did. It was just cold.
Mm.
They pulled Ahmad's unconscious body from the car. They had an axe, or maybe a pickaxe, in the trunk. They struck him multiple times on the head.
And that wasn't all.
No. Mahmoud then made sure he was dead. He stabbed him repeatedly with a knife. The disposal was just as calculated as the murder.
Into the hole they'd already dug.
Exactly. They buried him, covered it up completely. And then, to erase any digital footprint, they took his cell phones, smashed them into pieces, and scattered the fragments out in the desert.
A complete erasure.
As complete as they could make it. And the final step. Mahmoud drives back to the village and contacts Rehab
To tell her it's done.
to confirm that the plan was a success. And from that moment on, she slips perfectly into the role of the devastated, grieving fiancé.
Right up until Mahmoud's conscience finally broke him 5 days later. That brings us back to the police station.
He gives them everything, the entire blueprint. They take him straight to the burial site.
And the body is there.
It's exactly where he said it would be, under the bridge. The forensics team comes in, and they're able to confirm that everything Mahmoud told them. It matches the evidence on Ahmad's body, the cause of death, the brutality, all of it.
The confession is completely verified, so the next stop for the police is Rehab's house.
Yes. And can you just imagine the shock for her family, for Ahmad's family, when they realized that this beautiful, weeping girl, the one they've all been comforting, was the one who planned it all.
The mastermind.
The mastermind. The crime was officially labeled Sab al-Israr wal Tarasud, premeditated murder with malice aforethought. But what's so striking is the contrast between the two of them in the aftermath.
You have Mahmoud, the executioner, who was supposedly driven by love, and he just completely collapses under the weight of his own guilt. He's literally haunted.
Right, but then you have Rehab, the mastermind, the one driven by, vanity, reputation. She remains composed enough to play the victim for 5 straight days. No breaks, no remorse.
The investigators described her as a real-life example of the devil whispering to a human.
It's a horrifying portrait, isn't it? When that refusal to accept your fate, combined with this obsession over what other people think, when that completely overrides any sense of human empathy, Ahmed was just an obstacle to be removed.
And the most chilling part is that her plan almost worked. It was designed to be a perfect crime, to be ruled against an unknown assailant and just fade away.
But justice didn't come from a detective's hunch. It came from, well, from a supernatural force, you could say.
Yeah.
A guilty conscience that became a ghost story.
And that really leaves you with a final, unsettling question to think about. If the true punishment for an evil act like this is your own mind turning on you, haunting you,
Yeah.
does justice actually begin long before the law ever gets involved?
And maybe more importantly, what does it say about a person's psychology when they are so cold, so empty inside that they feel none of that torment at all?